So for part F, we're given q of x is equal to minus 1/2 times 3 minus 4x times x minus 5. And let's start out by finding what q of 0 is. So q of 0 is just equal to minus 1/2 times 3 minus, now everywhere there's an x, replace it with 0. So we have 4 times 0 and 0 minus 5. So if we simplify this a little bit, we know that it's minus 1/2 times 3, because this becomes 0. And we also have 0 minus 5, which is just minus 5. So these negatives will cancel out, and we'll be left with 5 times 3, which is 15, over 2. Now, in order to draw this function here, let's find out when q of x is equal to 0. Oops. Q of x is equal to 0. And this happens only when 3 minus 4x is equal to 0, and when x minus 5 is equal to 0. So for the first equation, let's move the 3 to the other side. So we have minus 4x is equal to minus 3. Divide both sides by minus 4. So the negatives will cancel out. So we're just left with 3 over 4. For the right hand side, all we have to do is move the minus 5 to the other side. So we get x is equal to 5. So on this graph here, we can draw x is equal to 5, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's over here. And x is equal to 3 over 4 is just around here. We also know what the y-intercept is, and that's when x is equal to 0. And we're given that it's 15 over 2. So we'll just put that somewhere up here. 15 over 2. So in order to finish drawing this, let's first start on the right-hand side. And we know that it has to go through this point at 5. It's going to bounce up, and then go through this point at 3 over 4, and then exits this point at 15 over 2. And this is our final diagram.